Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Mr. Solomon Musa. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you here. Yes, indeed, it is a pleasure having you here. I want to believe the audio level is good to go for you. It is loud and clear. Awesome. I can see you typed, "Hi, Tolu." Great, thank you. I just read that. Please, I need confirmation that you can hear me. I'm going to wait for your feedback that yes, indeed, you can hear me. Aha, great. So you said it is great, audio is good. Thank you for that. So yes, it is another day. Today is the 2nd of February, 2023. And of course, the year, before we know it, we're in the middle of the year. And then before the end, we know it again, the end of the year. But we don't want it to get to the end of the year and we have not achieved much. Okay, you said connected with you on LinkedIn. Okay, great, awesome. I'll check on that, but I think I must have accepted, but I'll double check on that as well. Thank you, sir. Right. So great. So as we were just saying now, um, we don't want a situation where it gets to the end of the year and you haven't achieved much. Under 10 trade roof, we want you to have become a standalone, meaning that you don't need to rely on anybody or anything. Now, as you are the only one here, don't forget the normal task that we normally give out on a regular, and that is number one, to follow the social media handles, right? I'm sure you can still remember the little task, right, that we've been given on a daily. So please ensure to follow the social media handles. I want to believe you have the links. If not, let me know. Okay, great. You said yes. So follow the social media handles for 10 Trade on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And please don't forget also subscribe to the 10 Trade YouTube channel, like and comment the videos or a few videos, a couple of videos there, and then post this webinar advert right on your WhatsApp status, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for others to see and then to join us in good time. And finally, you send a screenshot. Have you been able, you said noted, thank you. Have you been able to do this? Did you do this yesterday or maybe the day before? Did you send your screenshot of the proof of task that you did to that number? You know, we gave out a number. You said the day before. Oh, right. So you didn't do yesterday. You could also do today as well. I hope you also have a 10 trade ID. Do you have your 10 trade ID, meaning that you have registered for an account? Please, you need to ensure that these things are good to go. Great. And you said yes. Thank you for that. So now I don't want us to take way too much of our time. I still want to see how we can keep this on the 1 hour marker so that when you are rewatching this, it is not too lengthy. Now, we're going to go straight into the charts, right? Because you must have written down the procedure where we say, first of all, check the news and then map out your charts based on your support, your resistance, and then wait for the reaction and then the trigger for you to enter. I'm sure you must have written all of those things down much earlier, the day before yesterday or yesterday as well. So we're going to go straight to the chart, and then don't forget, as we always say, ensure that you are what? Ensure that you are following up with the news. Always check the news. That should be the first thing that you should always do. And then for simplicity's sake, I always say that the Forest Factory website is a very simple one. And I have been using it for, I believe, over 10 years. This is 2023, so I've been using it for over 10 years. So the first thing we're going to do now is to once again check the calendar. Don't forget, this should be something that you should be doing every morning. I repeat, every morning before heading over to the charts, right? Because you need to be aware of what is happening today. And if you look at what we have right in front of us, I'm just going to circle this for us to see. Let me just do some markings here. Now, if you look at what we have right in front of us, yesterday which happened to be Wednesday, February 1st, rather, sorry, we had some data that came out for the USD, as you can see, and then all of them that we have here are high impact news because we've done a filter. And this high impact news simply means that there will be a lot of volatility in the market, right? Now, this is what we're going to do as we have already started. When others start to join, I'll just do a recap for them. So it will be to your own benefit, Mr. Solomon Musa, where you get to hear this again, and then hopefully it helps you out. You can also let us know how this live market analysis session have been for you, right? So that we can ensure that you are getting value, right? It's all about the value. It's all about the transformation at the end of the day. So as we're saying now, you're welcome, Mr. Stephen. I believe it's pronounced Stephen Ojo. You're welcome, sir. So as we were saying now, always ensure you check the calendar first of all. I can see this was yesterday, February 1st. And if you check the charts for anything that has to do with the USD, there was a lot of volatility that was introduced to the dollar currency pairs yesterday. And if you look at today, which happens to be Thursday, February 2nd, we have a whole lot of high impact news. And this time around, we have it for the GBP, that's the pound, and also we have it for the euro. Excuse me. We have it for the pound and we have it for the euro. So as we have it for the pounds and euros, all of them have to do with the interest rate, right? The interest rate for the Bank of England, that's for pounds, and then the European Central Bank, right, that's for euros. The interest rate is going to be announced today. And we should already be aware that from last year, when the inflation was appreciating, this interest rate, the banks, the central banks for the UK, that's the Bank of England, and also for the European Central Bank, they are trying to slow down this inflation. And that's why since last year, they have been hiking rates. They have been hiking rates, and most likely into this year, they're still going to hike rates to ensure that the interest rate is well, the inflation rather, is well taken care of. Okay, thank you. I can see Solomon Musa said it's been awesome. Thank you. And Stephen Ojo said good day. We also have more people that have joined us. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's a pleasure having you here. Noel Ochada might not be able to hear because of the audio. So let me just quickly put out a message. Noel Ochada, kindly enable your audio via Zoom in order to hear, right? So I just type that out. So hopefully Noah Ochada, who is here and can't hear anything because the audio level isn't turned on, can quickly adjust that and join us. So thank you guys. We have more people that have joined us. If this is your first time joining this live market analysis session for this week, kindly indicate as well. Kindly indicate. So these are the news that we have coming out later today, right? From 1 p.m. That's the Nigerian time, and then we have the 2:15 over here, 2:15, and then 2:45, and these are all for Thursday, right? So now it is safe to say that after checking the calendar and you know the timing of this key data, which happens to be 1 p.m. to 2:15 and 2:45 p.m. Now that we know this, we can now do what? We can now cross over to the chart. We can cross over to the chart. And I'm also going to show you something. Yesterday, somebody asked that we should do a follow-up. Someone asked that we should do a follow-up based on the previous analysis that we did. I want us to do that now, and I'm just going to just flip through this quickly. And you can see this time around, we went straight to the chart. It's the live market analysis. Yesterday and the day before, we used slides to just do an introduction to a few things. I introduced myself to you, and then also we introduced ourselves to the live market analysis, and then gave you information on what you're supposed to do by inviting your friends, posting this link for this live market analysis session that is ongoing now, posting it on your WhatsApp status, your Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, so that members, your friends, could join and also learn what we are doing here absolutely free. Right, so if you haven't done that, kindly do that, and then follow the YouTube 10 Trade YouTube as well. And of course, you have any questions, feel free to ask. Beautiful Noah Ochada is here, can hear us now. I can see that your audio has now been turned on. So let's proceed. I want to talk about what has been happening. Oh, that's not me. Somebody's drawing on the screen. Let me disable that from my end. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've cleaned that up. So I'm going to go over here to the first one that we have over here, Euro USD. So for those that were here 2 days ago and we're also here yesterday, now I want you to have a look at what we have right in front of us, right? Now look at what we have right in front of us. 2 days ago, we're trying to sell here on a pullback after breaking out from here. When it came back, we're trying to sell here. You can see nothing much came out of that. And then we had these highs here as resistance and then resistance over here. So this was known as resistance. And look at what happened, funny enough. I'm going to show you this because this was how I personally started to improve on my trading. This is how I started to get better gradually. Because when I do my markings, remember we said you first of all, you map out your charts, which is your markings based on support, resistance, and then you wait for the reaction, right? That the reaction is the next thing. And then after the reaction, it's now the trigger, right? Let me show you what happened yesterday, guys. Now, the price went up, as you can see. It got to the resistance and then came down. Interesting. As it came down here, look at this candle, right? Look at the size of this candle. And I'll tell you for a fact that nobody, I repeat, nobody has to tell you that this candle was based on news. I repeat, nobody has to tell you that this candle was based on news. Look at the size of this candle. You would already automatically know that there must have been a high impact news that came out that caused this kind of volatility in the market, right? It caused this kind of volatility in the market. Let me just clean this up now. And this is the candle that we're talking about here, this size. You can see how big it is. This is for Euro USD, and we've been following it. Now, looking at this analysis, right? Now, this could easily be a day trade as well. Now, who has an idea what we should be looking out for, right? What we should be looking out for on this particular chart? Because I can help you out now, but we want a situation where as you are here attending this live session with us, that you are doing what? You are implementing. I repeat, you are implementing. So it is a thing of you get information, you implement based on that information, and then you see the transformation. Without implementation, that information will be a waste, and of course, you would be in the wrong direction more times than not. So we asked a question, but nobody answered. No problem. I'm going to see how I can help you all out. Now, if you look very well, okay, great. I was trying to stall a bit, and then I can see a few comments. Okay, I can see a comment from Dada Olakunle that said, wait for a retest and then take a buy. Beautiful. That is the answer. That is the exact answer that we are looking out for, right? You're going to wait, exactly. You're going to wait for a retest, right? Now, look at it this way. You can see Solomon Musa also said, retracement back to support. Beautiful. Retracement back to support. Guys, the numbers are rather low. Please post this up on your WhatsApp status, post it up on your Twitter, right? Let people join us, right? Let's increase the numbers over here, right? People need to take advantage of all of this information that we are doing what? We are dishing out here. And I'm going to do something for you now. Right, I'm going to do something for you now. I'm going to post a message that you can put out on your status. I'm going to post it here for everybody to see. So you can post that, and as you can see it, that's the link over there for people to use to join. So you can also post this here and say 10 trade conducting live market analysis session now. Join us, and that's the link over there. So guys, do that for us. we want to hit some good numbers, and we can only do it with you. And don't forget, 10 Trade has some gifts for those that do this, and send the screenshots to the number that we already talked about since 2 days ago and also yesterday. But notwithstanding, I'm going to post the number again here. So when you do your information, once you post it here and there, do screenshots. Yes, do screenshots. We need those screenshots. Send the screenshots to us, and then 10 Trade would get back to you, and you will get something from 10 Trade. So that is the number, right, on WhatsApp for you to send that message to. So great. Now, going back, I love the comments from Dada Olakunle and Solomon Musa. And look at it very well. This is where you are supposed to be what? You're supposed to be buying, because from where it is now, you want the price to come back to this area. Look at it very well. You want the price to come back to this area that has now turned to support here. The upper side of that line is support, and then the lower side is resistance. And that's why at times you might have price move in this manner, and then before you know it, it might push out above that line and then act in this manner as support, and then before you know it, it breaks out to the downside and then continues to act as support. That same line, you can see what we're doing over here, right? So this is how the price tends to move. So now look at what we have here. This here is a high over here. So as this is a high, we can easily call this an area of what? We can call it an area of resistance. I'm going to show you two very powerful things now. I'm going to show you two very powerful things based on the type of trader that you are. And I'm going to first of all ask this question, right? If you are a trend trader, please signify by typing trend trader. Sorry, I was about to say a trend trader is one who trades with the trend. I repeat, a trend trader is one who trades with the trend. I can see that trend trader, which also, it goes with that name, 10 Trade. 10 Trade, this is the broker for you. This is the broker that's going to help you to understand the market better and then to get to where you need to. Okay, thank you. I can see somebody said, Dada Olakule said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Awesome. Thank you. Now, if you look at what we have over here, right, I'm going to continue this story. I'm going to look at, give you this story from two perspectives based on you being a trend trader and a counter trend trader. So this is it. A trend trader is one that is trading with the trend. So over here, which happens to be support, is where you should wait for the price to come down, give us a reaction, and then we wait for those candlestick price action that we mentioned yesterday, where we showed you the engulfing, bullish, bearish engulfing. We showed you the bullish, bearish hammers and the pin bars. And then from here, what are we expecting? We get that as our trigger. We enter here, and then here at this resistance is where we should take our take profits. This is where we should take our take profit. Do you know why I like this trade? I like this trade because if you enter here, your stop loss probably will be somewhere here, not too large. You can see this is the stop loss and this is the size of the take profit. So that you can see you might probably be making about 1 to 4, right? Which is 1 risk to 4 reward. Meaning that if you're using 1%, then you have just gained about 4%. And this is how it looks like over here. So this is a good trade to watch for the trend traders. Remember, we said there are two types of traders. So I don't know which type of trader that you are. Only one person said I am, and that is Dada Olakunle. Mina, is it only Dada, Mr. Dada Olakunle, that is a trend trader here? I know we all are trading with 10 Trade, and don't forget, you are encouraged. We haven't seen that yet. We're encouraging all of you. Sorry for the English. We're encouraging all of you to carry out your own analysis on charts and post them up on the Telegram group, on the 10 Trade Telegram group, and then we'll use that to help you. So I have just shown you here, we have just shown you here how to enter, right, at this support with the stop loss here. I've just shown you how to do that here. And then I'm going to show you something based on counter trend. Counter trend simply means that you are going against the trend. Okay, Solomon Musa asked a question. We're coming to that shortly. Thank you for that. Is a very good question, because that is one that we need to follow up on. We need to ensure that we understand that question, because it is something that is going to happen today, right? So now for a counter trend trader, a CT trader, you're waiting for the price to go back to this area of resistance, give you that price action candle here, and then you can as well sell and take it back to the support, and then before you know it, you have made some nice pips. So we have just shown you what it entails to be buying on this chart, and then also what it entails to be selling. One should be with the trend, while the other should be against the trend. So you need to know the type of trader that you are. Very, very important. You need to know the type of trader that you are. Are you a trader that trades with the trend or trades against the trend? You need to be able to identify that. And one thing I would mention, I'm going to mention it now because I can't show you that now, is when we have like our beginner session, which I want to believe some of us must have been attending with Toby Okunuga, right? So if you have, great. If you haven't, please reach out to your account representative, and then you'll get the link to join that session as well, right? So please, we're encouraging you to conduct your own analysis. As you can see, what we have done here, we have painted buying and selling, right, opportunities on this particular chart. So the questions coming in now, Solomon Musa said, will the ECB rate news affect the direction? Yes, yes, and yes. This ECB rate news, right, that's coming out later today, I believe that should be about 2:45, if I'm not mistaken, 2:15, sorry. For euro, it's 2:15, and then for the pound, it's much earlier at about 1 p.m. So if you follow like the news, you pay attention to the news, especially the high impact news, you notice that it's going to come with a lot of volatility, right? And that volatility, let me clean up this chart. I like to clean up the chart from time to time so that when we're doing new markings, it is not that messy. We mentioned that this is a resistance area not too long ago, right? And of course, if the news, right, that we're waiting for the ECB, right, if it happens, listen to this carefully, guys, if it happens to be telling us to buy, as an example, meaning that it is buy euros, right? And if it is buy euros based on the actual and the forecast predictions, if it is buy euros, when it comes to euro USD, I repeat, when it comes to euro USD, that means that we are supposed to be buying, right? I repeat, that means we're supposed to be buying. Here, where the price is, it is no man's land. It is not at the resistance and it's not at the support. So we do not do anything over here. We wait for that news to play. Listen to this, guys. We wait for the news to play out. There are a lot of traders. When I say a lot of traders, I want to believe some of you are guilty of what I'm about to say. There are a lot of traders that have, I won't just say lost money, but there are a lot of traders that have crashed their accounts. They have crashed their accounts, right, based on news. If you are guilty, if you are a victim, if you are one of those that we just mentioned now, that you have crashed at least one account based on news, right? Kindly type in the chat section, because I want to believe that we have a handful of people. And that's what we said, based on this news that we're talking about today, and of course the chat that we have right in front of us, you do not rush. If it says buy, do not buy here, because you are supposed to be buying at this area of support. So it is only when the price could come down in this manner that we look for buy positions here to hopefully take it back up. And that is how we are supposed to be trading, combining fundamentals and technicals together. Let me repeat that. This is how we are supposed to be trading, combining the fundamentals and the technicals together. So now we have another question from Solomon Musa. Thank you. You guys, you're just coming in. Let us know if you're joining us for the first time in this, our live market analysis session, right? We're doing a recap of this one from yesterday and what we are expecting now, right? Because of course, we have high impact news coming out for the euros, and that has to do with the interest rate. And we should be expecting volatility in the market. Nobody mentioned that they have crashed an account before based on news. I am very sure that people that are here that have done that at least once, but I don't know why you don't want to talk. Maybe you are shy or whatever the case might be. Okay, I can see Emmanuel Adele said first time, and F Young said first time. Aha, you can see now, Emmanuel, you guys can see I'm not just reading it out from anywhere. Now you can see Emmanuel said I have, and then Kelechi Chibundu said I have. Thank you. Now let me tell you this. I know for a fact. Why do I know that we have people here that have crashed accounts based on news? Because I was once guilty of trading in this manner. I repeat, I was once guilty of trading in this manner. And then we need to what? We need to improve by understanding. Listen to this, please, guys. We need to improve. It's a thing of need. I'm not saying want, not that we want to improve. We need to improve, right? So that we understand the market better and then we're placing the proper trades in order to avoid unnecessary losses. Because I can tell you for a fact that some people, I don't know whether they're here, or some people yesterday, with all the news that came out, would have lost a lot of money or maybe crashed accounts. And even today, for the euros and for the pounds, will do the same. Tomorrow is the non-farm payroll, which is very key data for the US dollar. People would also lose money or crash their accounts tomorrow as well. So there are people that are going to be crying this week, whether we like it or not, because we know how they are thinking, because we have been in that shoe before. So if you understand news, you know how to approach the news. You don't trade the news directly. You wait for the outcome of the news to drop, and then you use that and marry it with your technicals. You must. They say two good heads are better than one. Two good heads are better than one. So that simply means that what the fundamentals and the technicals combined together are what are much better than just using one alone. I can see Israel Bulu said, hi, I'm new here. So how long does it take for price to reach the support point? Interesting question. How long does it take for price to reach the support point? That's a good question. I'm going to answer the question, right? I'm going to answer the question in this way. I'm going to add something to the answer. I hope we're all together. Don't forget, guys, post all of this information of this webinar happening now. If you are in any group, post it up there. If on your WhatsApp status, post it there. Post it in different places. Let's fill up this place, right? We have about 15 people here now. You're all welcome for those just joining us. We started at about 9:02 a.m. For those that joined me earlier, they can testify to that. So now let's continue with the information, right? Information is key. Information is power, right? So for the question, how long will it take for price to reach the support, which is over here? Here's the support. The answer is, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you that it's going to take a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day, 1 hour. I can't say exactly when it's going to get there, but I could give you ideas of what might most likely play out, maybe a rough estimate, maybe based on some things that are happening. I can tell you this for a fact. Number one, if this price where it is now, if it's going to get to the support today, if it's going to get there today, it's going to be based on the interest rates data that we have coming out for the euros. I don't know whether you understand. That means that price is going to get here, might get here in this manner, slow, or maybe based on news, it might get there very fast, right? Let me draw that properly. It might get there very fast. So if it is very fast, you need to tread with caution, right? That shows that there's plenty volatility, and then it can easily slice through our area of support. That's another way for a lot of traders to get injured as well. Hope that is okay for Israel Bulus that asked that question. Hope that is okay. Where he said, how long will it take for price to get to the support point, right? Great. So we've talked about this Euro USD. Let's move over to another one. I want to show you a few things and also things that I'm also paying attention to. Now, I'll tell you, oh, yes, sorry. I was supposed to add another thing to that answer. And that thing is where you said, how long will it take? And then I replied that I really can't say. It has to do with price and what is happening, whether there's news or whatever the case might be. What I wanted to add to it is, I don't know that I can quickly type it out. Let me just type it out and then I'll say it, right? This is what we all need to exercise. We all need to be able to exercise what we call patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience is something that is very important for traders. But traders today, I don't know why, they're always in a hurry. They're in a hurry to enter the market. They're in a hurry to exit the market as well. So this GBP USD is the next one that we are going to be looking at. If you remember from our analysis yesterday, for those that were here, and then if you were not here, for those saying that you are just joining us for the first time, you can do the needful by following us on YouTube. Yes, follow us on YouTube. I'm going to drop the link here now. You can follow us on YouTube, and then you can watch the past videos for this week. You can watch both the beginners conducted by Mr. Toby Okunoga, and then this live market analysis conducted by myself under the 10 trade roof. So this is the YouTube link. Please do well to follow it, one, and then comment, like some videos, and you can obviously watch the one from yesterday to bring you up to speed since you are new here for the first time. And you can watch the one on Tuesday as well. If you have any question at any point in time, feel free to reach out. There is a Telegram group, and you are welcome to join us where you can conversate with the admins there, ask questions, post chat. We all get to learn, we all get to trade together, and we all get to make money together at the end of the day. So please do well to take advantage of all of these things. Don't forget, implementation is very important. Implementation simply means that you are actually doing something. So now if you look very well, this is the GBP USD. We mapped this out yesterday. And you can see what happened. It tested this area, which has acted as support in the past, over here. If you look very well. So it has acted as support in the past before. This is what pushed it higher. And you can see it pushed higher. Now, based on where it is in the middle of nowhere. I would love for it to get to this point or this point here. Now, after a while, yeah, right, because we are using simple support and resistance. After a while, you'll be able, listen to this, you'll be able to spot key areas of interest. You'll be able to spot key levels even when the market is looking chaotic. Simple. You'll be able to do that because your eyes are your leading indicator, and it is getting better and better. Emmanuel said, please help with the Telegram group link also. Okay, I'll try to get that across to you in a bit, right? But I want us to also proceed. I'll come back to that as we continue with the analysis. Now, if you look at what we have here, look at it very well, you'll notice that price, listen to this, please. I'm always saying listen to this because I'm trying to get your attention, right? Because as you guys are not with me physically, I can't see you, obviously. So I don't know what you are doing. Please, if you are seated in a too comfortable position, please adjust yourself. And also, please, hopefully you're not in a noisy environment. Very key, very, very important, right? So now with what we have just said, let's continue, right? I want us to look at some more instruments as well. And then we'll take it up from there. So let me clean up this one here for this GBP USD. It has already played out, and where it is now, it is in the middle of nowhere, right? This Bitcoin, yes, this Bitcoin, interesting. Let me show you what happened yesterday based on our analysis, right? So here, a little trade was placed, stop loss was slightly above here. This was supposed to be the take profit. And with the dollar behavior, now if you look at dollar and Bitcoin, they tend to move in opposite directions. So the market kept on stalling. Obviously, the market tends to stall just before a key data release, right? The market stalled, got to this point. As it was stalling, you could have left your stop loss there, or you could have halved it, meaning that you could have reduced it to reduce your risk in the market. Either way is very okay, because trading management is something that will be discussed as well. Apart from placing trades, you need to be able to manage your trades appropriately. You need to be able to manage your trades appropriately. So how do you manage your trades? You manage your trades based on what we call like partial profit. You take partial profit, you have managed your trades, or even using stop loss is a way to manage your trades, because a lot of traders are not using stop loss today. And if you don't use stop loss, you stand the chance of you stand the risk of losing your entire funds, right? So looking at this over here, this is what happened, and then it pushed higher here, and then you can see these highs here representing resistance. I'm going to show you what happened here. It pushed higher. Okay, sorry, let me clean that again. It pushed higher up to this point. Now look at what is happening. It has retraced back to this area, which is now known as support. Is now known as support, and it will be good for us to place a trade here to buy and then take it higher. But don't forget, right? Don't forget, you need a trigger. You need something that will tell you to place this trade over here, and also check your risk to reward ratio. If it is not in the right proportion, please do not take that trade. If the risk to reward ratio is not in the right proportion, do not take that trade. What do we mean by in the right proportion? When you hear of ratio 1 to 1, that simply means that you are risking 1 and then you're going for a reward of 1. This could be 1% and then 1%. So you're risking 1% and you're going for a reward of 1%. This is not a good trade. I repeat, this is not a good trade. Why? This simply looks like you bought something for $1, you're selling that for $1. No, it doesn't work that way. When you do something where the risk is 1, your reward should be higher than the risk. You can as well put 2 over here. So this is a good risk to reward ratio, or whether it is 1 to 3, that's a good one. Whether it is 1 to 10, 1 to 50, and so on, the higher, the better for you, right? So this is something that is very important over here as a trader. So before you place the trade here on this Bitcoin, make sure that it fits all criteria, especially the risk to reward ratio over here. Now let's cross over to another chart. Please feel free to ask questions. And if you want us to have a look at any instrument of choice, let us know as well. We'll look at the instrument together, analyze it together, and hopefully trade it together in order to what? In order to make money from it, right? So if you are here right from Tuesday, we talked about this area, and look at what happened. It got here on Tuesday, right? As you can see, 31st of January. And then from here, it pushed higher to this area of resistance, and then before you know it has pushed much higher based on the news, right? These candles that you can see here, obviously they're based on the news that came out for the US dollar yesterday. So this is how we're going to be trading the markets. You're going to pay attention. I repeat, you're going to pay attention to the news. That's the first thing you need to do. Make sure that there is no high impact news around the corner. And if there is, always ensure you combine that with the technicals for clarity, for better clarity, right? So if you are understanding these things, if you're understanding business, I won't even just talk Forex trading, but if you're understanding business as a business person, the first thing that you should be doing is not even making money. The first thing that you should be concentrating on is protection of the money that you have with you. I repeat, protection of the money that you have with you. And that's what you are supposed to be doing, right? So now with that said, we're going to continue. We're going to continue now. Let me clean this up. So this is the gold, right? I can see we have a comment from Solomon Musa that said USD card. No problem. We're going to do the USD card. We're going to look at it now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Guys, I want to believe you guys can see the information that we mentioned earlier, where you are supposed to what? You're supposed to post, or rather, you're supposed to do some tasks. So I'm just going to read it from what we have in the comment section. Thank you, sir. Mr. Victor just posted that. So if you look very well, the first task, as we said earlier, follow 10 trade on the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. You can see the link attached over there, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And then task 2, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Somebody or a few people said they're joining us for the first time. And then I said on the YouTube channel is where you can watch the past recordings, right? So follow us on the YouTube channel. Make sure you comment and like a couple of videos. You can also share and do the needful. And then the third task, this information, we posted information earlier, right? The information is that you are supposed to what? You are supposed to post the training information. It's over there. Post the training information, the webinar advert to your WhatsApp status, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, everywhere. If you're in any group, post it there and let's get some good numbers here. And then, of course, great. You can see the Telegram channel also has been posted. Thank you, Mr. Victor. You can see it over there inside this full list over here that covers everything. And then finally, send a screenshot. The screenshot where you have like comment, where you have, make it as detailed as much as possible. Those that you like the comments, the 10 trade videos, or whatever the case might be, Instagram handle. Also, that you have subscribed to all the platforms. Do screenshots and send to that number, right? Make sure you send to that number, which is 090-6793-7909. I repeat, send your screenshots of the task that is on the comment section and what I just read out. Send it to 090-6793-7909, and somebody will get back to you in good time. Don't forget also, if you do not have a 10 trade ID, it means you don't have a 10 trade account, kindly get back to the person that introduced you to this session, right? Get back to the person and that person would help you to open an account, right? And then this would also be requested. Please notice, it will be requested by the 10 trade representative that will be calling you to assist you further, right? As your account manager, someone will give you a call to assist you further. I hope that is good. Okay, I can see Gordon Sammy said US 30 as well. No problem. Let me just scroll down. Telegram link and all other links are here. Okay, thank you for that, sir. Great. So now with what we have done here, we've talked about gold. I also wanted to talk about a few other things, like what is on the radar, what I can see on the charts, and so on. So let me just start from here. I'm going to show you what I can see here. This is the Euro USD. We've talked about the Euro USD, but this is the Euro USD from the 4 hours time frame. I'm going to give you guys something now for you to write. So you can write it down, and then you can use that as your basis for looking at charts. Because I get this feedback a lot where people say that, hey, Mr. Tolu, I'm sorry, I don't understand the trend. I don't know how to look at the charts and so on. So I always say, have them in steps. Like step 1, identify the trend. If you look at what we have right in front of us, without like a no-brainer, you should see that from the left-hand side of the chart all the way to the right, you can see that the market is going up on this Euro USD 4 hours time frame. Always make sure you are paying attention to the time frame as well, because the time frame easily can differ based on the price action information that we have, right? So you look at what we have over here. Step 1, identify the trend. Step 2, identify what you want to do. Listen to this carefully, guys. Step 1, identify the trend. Is it an uptrend or downtrend? This one that we have in front of us is an uptrend. That's number 1. And then step 2, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? That question is important. Why? Because if you are a trend trader, meaning that you are trading with the trend, then it simply means that you want to what? You want to buy. Where do you want to buy? That is the third question. Now you want to buy because of what you have over here as a trend trader. If you are a counter trend trader, meaning that you are going against the trend, this trend is an uptrend, but then you are going against the trend, it means that you are a counter, right? C-O-U-N-T-E-R. You are a counter trend trader, right? So understand that. And then now that you know what you are, a trend trader or counter trend trader, the next question is, where do you want to enter? Where do you want to enter? That where is the mapping out aspect, where we have the support, resistance, you map them out, and then you what? You simply wait for price to get there and then give you the reaction, right? That will lead to that price action for your entry. I hope it is making sense, please. You know, we said something earlier, the longer that you stay with 10 trade and the fact that you are going to be practicing is going to help you to grow exponentially. Don't worry, this is where you need to pitch your tent. This is where you're going to be getting all of this powerful information on a daily basis. Today is what? Today is Thursday. Tomorrow, who can tell us what news do we have coming out tomorrow? Who knows the news? There's a key data coming out tomorrow. I want to believe some of us should know it. At the very beginning, we crossed over to Forest Factory to check it. I want to believe maybe some of us are even checking Forest Factory now. Okay, great. We have a comment coming in from someone. Let me scroll down. Beautiful. And Francis. Oh, beautiful. We have more answers. Francis, let me just call. Oh, Frances. Oh, Frances. Sorry, hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Francis said NFP, and then Israel Bulu said NFP. Emmanuel O. Adelaide said NFP. Thank you. So we have the non-farm payroll data coming out tomorrow, right? So that is also something that is very important for us. What? For us to ensure that we have at the back of our minds that volatility could be high, and then the market could go in a crazy manner, and we do not want to be caught, without knowing what is happening. Because if something should happen, there's always a reason for it, right? And based on fundamentals, that reason could be based on scheduled news, or it could be based on breaking news. That's why I said you have to join the beginners class as well. Please, guys, you need to participate. You need to post your charts in the group. The Telegram group has been posted for you guys to join. Start joining now and start participating. This is not the platform. 10 Trade is not the platform where you come to and then you do not work. You must practice. You must post charts. You must ask questions, and we obviously will help you out. So this is the Euro USD over here. I'm looking for my mouse. Okay, same. So this is the Euro USD over here that we have in front of us. And as we have this in front of us, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to clean this up. I want to answer that question of somebody that said USD card. For USD card, let me just look for it here. Okay, this is USD card, but you didn't mention the time frame. So I'm permitted, I believe, to look at a few time frames to look for something tangible. So I'm going to release my hand here from the mouse, because I've already dragged the USD card from here, the market watch area, to the chat window area. By the time I release my finger, you can see USD card 4 hours, and you can see what's going to happen. It's loading up now. Okay, just a second. Okay, beautiful. Now it has loaded up, and then you can see what we have right in front of us. From what we have here, first thing that jumped at me, I do not like this chart. Why? The chart is too messy. The chart is too dirty, right? That is why we said something where I said you guys should write it down now. You need to be able to identify the trend, and the trend needs to be clean enough, clean up trend, or a clean downtrend. If it's not a clean uptrend and it's not a clean downtrend, then more or less you leave that alone, right? Do not try to force anything out. Clarity and cleanliness is very, very important. Now, with this same USD card from this 4 hours time frame, I don't like it. I most likely will not be doing anything on this time frame. But then if you cross over to the 1 hour time frame, let's it load up. On this 1 hour time frame, it is not the cleanest, but just looking at it now, I can give you some markings here. If I look very well, we have something over here as a form of support, bunch of supports over here, and then price go up to this point here, and look at what happened. You can see what happened over here. Wow, this was actually yesterday, right? I'm saying wow because I didn't look at this. This was yesterday, so you can see it still obeyed that level here. And then we have another one, right? Let me just draw this one here, and then I'll explain why I'm drawing this here. We have another one here. which is also representing like a form of support. So if you look at it very well, this here, you can see support, some bunch of supports over here, and we had support over here, support over here. You can see we had a bunch of support here. After this big candle to the upside, it pushed lower, got to this support, and even smashed through. As it smashed through, what we're looking out for now is a pullback to this area for us to get an entry. So for the person that asks for USD card, this is it here. I would advise you wait on this 1 hour time frame. Don't forget we said something that dropping down to the lower time frames, like the 1 minute, 5 minutes, they are what? They are a bit on the dangerous side because they could be very fast, right? And especially if there's news that comes out, it could easily scatter the market. You remember we asked you a question that which news do we have coming out tomorrow? And that is the non-farm payroll, right? Tomorrow, we are going to be together from 2 p.m. Please, everybody take note of this. If you haven't heard this yet, by tomorrow, we're going to be together from 2 p.m., which is just before the NFP. We're going to talk about probably what we're expecting, probably based on the previous job numbers and the forecast as well, and what is happening in the US. Because obviously, based on the economy, you should have a good enough understanding and a good enough idea if things are looking up, if they're creating more jobs and so on. Now, look at it this way. I'm just going to say this, I'm just going to throw this out there, because if you have been paying attention to what's happening in the world now, the new thing that is out there is the AIs, right? The artificial intelligence.